What's going on, guys? Welcome to Dime Dropper, episode 27 of our 24-minute recaps. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe on all platforms at YouTube at Dime Dropper Podcast. Make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, follow us on Spotify, and of course, to follow us on social media at Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Dime Dropper Pod. So for today's episode, we're going to have 4 games talked about. The Lakers, I told you I would save for tomorrow because I couldn't watch the game since it was at the same time as the Clips. Clippers and Heat will be first up, then the Suns and the Warriors, and then I will talk about 2 games that took place yesterday between the Celtics and Spurs, and then the Hawks and Nets, 2 dime dropper teams as well. So let's start out with the Clips, who are extremely shorthanded again today. No Kawhi, no PG due to contact tracing, no Patrick Beverley out with that sore knee. I really hope he gets well soon because he's always had injury problems since he's arrived here in LA, and he's such an integral part of the team. But the Heat were also shorthanded. No Jimmy Butler again. No Goran Dragic. But we saw the return of Tyler Hero. And in the beginning, it looked like the Heat were going to wax us. I mean, we could not buy a bucket. We couldn't make a layup, especially Serge Ibaka. You got guys like Gabe Vincent, Duncan Robinson. Gabe Vincent out of nowhere. I don't even know if that was his career high or not, but he was hitting everything. The Heat were just rolling on all cylinders to start the game. And we ended the first quarter down 14 points, 33-19. We just didn't have it. I just thought it was going to be a long night. But then we responded, especially towards the end of the second quarter. They finally cooled down. And I honestly thought our energy defensively was pretty good all night. We didn't have 3 of our best defenders, arguably our 3 best defenders, but the energy, the effort was there. And that's what you got to appreciate. And that stems from the coaching staff. The guys are motivated to play basically every single night. And as a fan, you can't ask for any more than that. And as the Heat started missing, we finally started hitting. And I thought Ivica Zubac came in and gave a great lift off the bench. He was protecting the rim. He was contesting all of Bam's little floaters and mid-ranges. And he was getting offensive rebounds. He had 5 offensive rebounds in the game, going up strong. He had 6 points, 8 boards overall. Only played 21 minutes. And then Reggie Jackson started hitting some threes to end the little catch and shoot Reggie action to end the second quarter, which got us only down 2 at halftime. And I think that run, as Batum said in the postgame, changed the momentum of the game because in the third quarter, we had probably our best quarter of the season. It was Splash Mountain, as if I was at Disneyland. Oh my God, Nick Batum continues to be wetter than Niagara Falls. Serge Ibaka, how about a couple threes, even though he couldn't make a damn layup, but it was okay. Lou Williams starting to get into the act himself. This was his best game in a little bit. And Luke Kennard, he was 1 of 6 from 3, but that one came in the third quarter. Even Terrence Mann hit a 3 late in the second quarter. And then Marcus Morris Sr. started hitting some shots in the fourth quarter. But we outscored the Heat in that third quarter, 40-19. I thought Kennard did a really good job getting over screens. I thought we just did a good job on Bam, but I also thought that Bam just had an off night. Those were a lot of shots that we've seen him make this season. So always, you need a little bit of luck sometimes. And Bam Adebayo was only 6-16. He had 16 points, 13 boards, 7 assists. Tyler Hero, 8 of 21, 1 of 6 from 3. I thought Kennard did a good job getting over screens, except for in the fourth quarter when the Heat were making their push. We were letting Tyler Hero get over screens easily and have lanes to the basket wide open. But that third quarter, 40-19, that we outscored them, a lot of it came from Reggie Jackson pick and pop with Serge Ibaka, pick and roll. And here's the thing. Ibaka's always going to be a pick and pop threat. And that's why he's out there, to spread the floor, to make sure we have 5 guys that can shoot the ball. And when Reggie Jackson's coming off screens and hitting at the what's it called? At the rate that he's hitting, then guys are going to start trapping, going to start hedging, going to start throwing 2 guys at Reggie Jackson, which leaves the roll man open or the pick and pop man open, which is usually Serge. And Serge was doing a good job of making that extra pass to guys like Kennard and Nick Batum. And in the fourth quarter, you know what we say about road games? The home team is going to make a push, but it's all about if the road team can sustain that, can answer to that, and then finish the job. And that's exactly what we did. And I have to credit, even though fourth quarter, guys, 21-36 in favor of Miami. So we almost blew it. But Marcus Morris Sr. made some big shots and contested shots, because that's the thing about Sr. He has the ability to make contested shots. And when you can make contested mid-ranges, contested turnarounds, he even makes contested threes, even though, once again, as I said, is the NBA getting better and better? Go check that out. A contested three is not a good shot for really anybody, only a select few people. And Morris is honestly one of those people that it's not a horrendous shot. However, I never prefer a contested three in any situation. But we made some big plays down the stretch. Lou Williams with a steal and a layup. And I thought the game was over when that happened. But Reggie Jackson nearly pulled a Chris Webber. I mean, he did, calling a timeout when we didn't have any left. And it almost came back to bite us. However, he did make some clutch free throws. And the Clippers came out with a gutsy, hard-earned victory in Miami. 14-5 now. 1-1 without Paul George and Kawhi in this little run. I don't know how much longer it's going to last. I doubt they're going to be cleared to play tomorrow against Orlando. So we'll take on the Magic tomorrow in a back-to-back. I don't know how we're going to do, because we're going to be tired, it seems, likely. But with the Lakers losing tonight, right now that leaves the Utah Jazz, as we talked about in the last couple episodes, at the top, which everybody should hate. But with the Lakers losing, that makes tonight's win that much better. And I'll take it. As long as we're not losing ground on the Lakers, who ultimately I still think are the best team in the conference, in the league, then it's okay. So big win for the Clips. You know what that means? That your boys' night is a great night. Let's move on to the Warriors and the Suns, who, I'm not going to lie, I did miss the first quarter. I came in late. But I saw that the Warriors bench, like Wanamaker and those guys, are starting to get them back in the game. But it looked like the Warriors just had a tough time scoring tonight. You know, Steph had 27 points, but he also had 4 turnovers. Draymond only had 2 points. And I saw Draymond making some nice plays, but eventually the Warriors just struggled to score. And then you got to look at guys like Wiseman, who were 2 of 9. And then Damian Lee, who played great yesterday, 0 of 3. How about Kelly Oubre? 1 of 11. He took 5 threes. He went back to that garbage he was doing before of taking like half his shots as threes. He only had 4 points. And I don't even think that the Suns played that great offensively. Suns fans may not like that I said that. I really don't think it was that great of an offensive night, especially in the first half. I mean, they only scored 16 points in the second quarter. Chris Paul, by the way, he's my favorite player of all time, basically. Him or Magic. But, you know, probably – actually, no. Chris Paul's my favorite because he was a Clipper. But – He doesn't have the burst to get by big guys on switches anymore, it seems. Like people will switch onto him, and he's, even with the Clippers, he loves taking that contested three where he looks like he's going to drive by you and he lulls you to sleep and then he shoots it and makes it. But, you know, I think teams have and big guys have gotten onto that strategy and know what Chris is going to do and are daring him to get by them, and he just doesn't have that burst. And DeAndre Ayton, I thought, was a little, again, soft tonight. 12 and 13. Yay, you won. Great. 5 of 7, man. 7 points. I mean, 7 shot attempts. Like, seriously. I like the bench, though. Jay Crowder, by the way, he went back. He started because Booker was out. Forgot to mention that. And I thought he was really good. In the third quarter, the Warriors were bailing the Suns out, though, with some careless fouls, especially against Crowder. One was at the 3-point line. You know, one was going to the basket on a little hand check action. But Jay Crowder was able to hit his shots. 2 of 5 from 3, 4 of 8 from the field. This was a good bounce-back game for him. 16 points. And then Cam Johnson, 5 of 10 with 3 of 8 from the field. All the Suns starters were in double figures, so you got to like that. Chris Paul with 13. Mikal Bridges, though, 20 points, 6 of 10, taking it to the basket, getting to the line 8 times. Thought that was good. And I thought that the Suns bench gave a big lift. Frank Kaminsky, honestly, was my player of the game. 12 points, 14 rebounds, 8 assists, and not bad defense at all. Abdul Nader, who's come in these last couple of games. I don't know if it was right before Booker got injured or right when Booker got hurt, but 16 points for him, 5 boards, 3 assists. So to get 28 points from Nader and Kaminsky, that's a big win for the Suns, not to mention 8 from Langston Galloway in 20 minutes. So that's a great bounce-back victory. I'd hope for the Suns' case that Devin Booker comes back soon. Honestly, not for the Suns' case. I hope he comes back soon because, as I said, they're my second favorite team this year because they got Chris Paul. And that's why we picked them. 9-8 for the Suns. Warriors dropped to 10-9. Not a great loss for the Dubs. That breaks their little winning streak that they had. However, I don't expect that the Suns, looking at the schedule, I wouldn't expect the Warriors to win this game. Booker being out changes things, but I was really more looking at this game from a Suns fan's perspective because they're the ones that have been in trouble lately, and they needed this win. So they got it. Warriors dropped to 10-9. We'll talk about them another time. Next game. Let's move on to the Celtics and the Spurs from yesterday. Very interesting game, right? This was the first Celtics game this season with Kemba, Jason Tatum, and Jaylen Brown. And they all started out really well. I thought they were really aggressive and pick and roll, attacking the basket, not settling, getting into the mid-range. And I thought that DeRozan, for like, this is what, our sixth or seventh time watching the Spurs this season, was good again. And when DeRozan's aggressive, getting to the basket and taking guys one-on-one, getting into his mid-range area, he's hard to guard. It's really just his, mentality and willingness to be aggressive at times that kind of I've always hurt him, in my opinion. But the Celtics led by 5 after 1. I thought it was a really good start for the big three plus Marcus Smart. Second quarter, though, Celtics bench came in, and I thought that Ojale, Naismith, Rob Williams, Teague played good defense in that second quarter. Javonte Green, too. But all of a sudden, in like the last 5 minutes, the Celtics completely capitulated. Like completely. And a lot of these were on Patty Mills and LaMarcus Aldridge, high pick and pops. And guys, that is becoming one of the most lethal plays in the NBA now. I don't know why teams aren't just either hedging hard on Patty Mills the second he comes off the screen or just blitzing him at this point. Because you cannot give Patty Mills any room off the screens. Like, he is hitting. And because of LaMarcus Aldridge's ability, your big man, if he's going to show and hedge or if he's going to drop, he's going to, like, DeMarcus Aldridge is going to get a good look. So, at this point, you got to force them to make that cross-court pass like the Nuggets do, or like just pass it to anybody that's not LaMarcus Aldridge and get the ball out of Patty Mills' hands, because it's becoming very lethal. But anyway, they were getting shots off of that, so the Celtics started going small. But then the Celtics, when they went small, the Spurs could take all their guys one-on-one, and they were playing very poor individual defense for the Celtics. A lot of different guys. Nobody in particular stood out to me, but just not good individual defense. Keldon Johnson, who's shown me a lot actually so far this season, showed me that he can hit open threes, showed me that he's a long, good defender, and shows me that he can get to the rim off the catch. And honestly, on people sometimes. I need to focus on the Spurs more to see if he can take guys off the dribble, like just one-on-one, as opposed to off a swing. However, he looked really good. And the Celtics had some terrible turnovers, like turnovers on the inbounds. And by the way, just because I forgot to mention this, Amir Coffey tonight with the steals on the inbounds and just having great activity for the Clippers, he needs a shout out tonight. And Terrence Mann, both of them. But back to the Celtics, very careless turnovers. At the end of the second quarter, they got scored on or had some 8-second violation or something. And then on the inbounds, I couldn't believe it. Tatum or someone, I think it was Tatum, just threw the ball in bounds because they thought that the quarter was going to end with like 2 seconds left. And it was straight to Lonnie Walker, who put up an 8-footer like floater and made it at the buzzer. Before you know it, the Celtics were down by 9 points, I think, at the half. Yeah, it was 47-61. So they're down by 14 points at half because of that terrible ending to the second quarter. Very careless. Lonnie Walker, by the way, he's a player. He can score. He can score all right. But we go to the second half, and the Celtics responded great in the third quarter. And Brad Stevens made the Celtics go to a zone. It was a 2-1-2 zone, and it caused the Spurs a lot of problems. And Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, especially Jason Tatum, I thought Jaylen missed a lot of good looks, even though he still finished 8 of 19, but that's lower than his season average. He was missing some good looks. 3 of 6 from 3, but there were mostly 2s in like the in-between game that he was missing. Some of it was good defense by the Spurs, but I thought Jason Tatum in the third quarter was really good when he was getting in the post. And I love that from Tatum. If his favorite player is Kobe, then, Kobe is once again, as I said, is the NBA getting better and better? Go check it out. If you have a post-up game and a face-up game, that takes you to a whole nother level as a scorer. And that is why Kobe Bryant is arguably the greatest scorer of all time, or up there. And it was a great clinic from Tatum in the low mid post. He was getting buckets. I loved it. Turnarounds over both shoulders. We talk about that. And the Celtics got the lead again. And then the fourth quarter, really fascinating. Keldon Johnson, DeJounte Murray started feeling it a bit. Lonnie Walker, just an overall good game from a lot of Spurs. Jakob Poeltl, 12 points for Patty Mills, by the way. However, it came down to the wire. And by the way, I don't know why Brad Stevens didn't put Grant Williams in the first half. He was a +5. He plays great defense. I don't know why he didn't play. He's usually a mainstay in the Celtics team. But yeah, the Celtics, their rim protection is a bit of a concern, but that's something we knew coming into the season. It's something they're gonna have to get, find a way to get through. But late in the game, guys, it's a tie game. Jason Tatum is like working it, getting them back in it. Kemba's making some big shots in the fourth. DeMar DeRozan rose up for a classic off-the-screen pull-up mid-range over Tristan Thompson. It was water. It was beautiful. Tough shot. The Celtics come back. Kemba Walker was stripped by DeJounte Murray. Like straight-up textbook, crossover, poke at the other side, steal. And that basically ended the game. Even though the Celtics did have a chance down 3 to tie it, Marcus Smart had a really good look in the corner and didn't get it to go. 14 points for Smart, 6 of 15, 2 of 7 from 3. He cooled off second half. What a steal by DeJounte Murray, though, on Kemba Walker to get that win. For the Celtics, it was just a weird game. I think that end of the second quarter really ruined it, but I also think Jaylen Brown's just not going to miss a lot of those shots. Like, seriously. I don't think it's that big of a concern, Celtics fans. Also, I think, though, you guys are playing against Western Conference teams. That's what happens. That's who we have to play 3 to 4 times a year. And trust me, seeing the Spurs on the schedule now is nothing like it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago. That was a nightmare. Anyway, let me end it off with the Nets and the Hawks, 2 dime dropper teams. It was a really interesting game. It was interesting, I should say. Not very interesting. But the Nets started out with each of the big 3 getting going, getting some nice shots. I thought that they didn't do a good enough job, though, of incorporating Joe Harris. He only shot 6 times. That may have been his lowest shot attempts all season. Although he was in foul trouble. He did get fouled out, but he played 39 minutes. So that's a good amount. I thought that, obviously, and that's one thing that's going to be challenging for Brooklyn, shot distribution. And Kevin Durant, Kyrie, Harden, I thought they all played pretty well. They were having some trouble, though, early in the game. DeAndre Jordan on Trae Young dropping way too deep, and Trae Young was getting into his floater game. However, I'll tell you what with Trae Young, he's got a good floater game, but his mid-range pull-up is just not good. And that's something that teams should look to try to get him to do. But it's hard going over screens on pick and roll with him because you can't go under screens with Trae. But he was starting to hit. And also another thing that came out of the Nets defending was that Kyrie Irving was guarding DeAndre Hunter for large portions of the game. And I love that the DeAndre Hunter against smaller guys, he doesn't have a post-up game necessarily, but he uses his strength and length to get within around 10 feet and get a shot that he likes. And I really like that because he was scoring on Kyrie. And it was a very even game. Like the Nets were scoring, but they weren't exploding. And they couldn't really get stops like that. And there were no real crazy standouts for me, though, for Atlanta, honestly. Although I did think in his 14 minutes of play, Danilo Gallinari, as we've talked about with the Hawks, gave him a different look, being able to post up and just hit contested shots from 12 feet, and nobody can do anything about it. He's 6'10". So that was a great sign, and slowly getting Gallo back into the fold for Atlanta is going to be big time. I thought Cam Reddish was really awesome, but honestly, he scored 24 points, but a lot of it was very quiet, just on like drives to the basket and going left especially. He had some nice finishes. But that's a great sign for the Hawks. Remember what I said? He's an X factor, and I think that's part of why they kept the game close. Cam Reddish, 24 points, and it was neck to neck. It was tied at the half. Atlanta had a 4-point lead going into the fourth, but ultimately it came down to overtime. I thought, though, Bruce Brown in the fourth quarter, he forced 3 turnovers, some of them on Trae. He was finishing layups. James Harden was really turning it up again in the fourth quarter. Some really nice passes. And all night, James Harden just made some great passes. 15-3 assist to turnover ratio for James Harden. 5-1. That's what I'm talking about. That's much better. And I thought Kyrie Irving was much better at not forcing it. Listen to this stat line. 1 of 3 from 3, 11 of 17 from the field. So 14 of his shots were twos. And he had 26 points, 4 boards, and 7 assists as a result. Kyrie had some layups in the layup package, like the full-on Kyrie Irving classic layup package. Kevin Durant, it's just so routine for him. And in the fourth quarter, it was a close game, tied up. Forgive me for forgetting Dime Dropper fam. I don't remember the exact last possession of regulation. All I remember is that the Nets went to OT. Jeff Green gave some good minutes in the fourth quarter, but ultimately the class prevailed. The Nets with James Harden, I thought he was the player of the game for me. 31 points, 8 rebounds, 15 assists on 9 of 20, and 5 of 9 from 3. Oh, by the way, Trae Young was ref baiting so much. It was so unbearable. That's actually the main reason why the game was like that, was because Trae Young was ref baiting so much to the point where there was no flow in the game. So the Nets couldn't really get any easy baskets. It was all half court. And when you can keep them in the half court and they don't get easy baskets, we talked about it with Brooklyn. It's cool, but it ain't hurting two people too bad until they can really show that they can get stops consistently on the defensive end. Only one guy can score at a time with KD, Kyrie, and Harden. So it is what it is. Every team in the NBA has threats. So the final, the Nets did come out with the win. Some big shots on the big three. 132 to 128. I still think that they needed to incorporate some other guys better, but all that matters is the win. That's 5-2 now with James Harden, if I'm not mistaken, which is very solid. They keep improving. I heard Norvel Pelle is set to suit up for them soon. So we'll see if that helps with any rim protection. I don't really know too much about his game, but I think that's what they're bringing him in for. Thought DeAndre Jordan was okay, 5 of 5. Similar thing, but he played less minutes, 22, because I don't think they wanted him in pick and roll with Trae. Thought Trae was okay. His stat line looked bad, but I think he played better than his stat line for once. 28 points, 14 assists, and he only had 3 turnovers. That's a really solid assist-to-turnover ratio. 7 of 22 from the field, though. 3 of 8 from 3, 11 of 12. I think, honestly, the best thing for the Nets was that they kept Capella at bay to an extent. 9 points, 11 boards, but he's been playing even better than that. I didn't really notice Capella too much in the game. Only 4 for 10. DeAndre Hunter, 21 points, 7 of 12. I thought he was good. John Collins at 21, but it was fairly quiet, honestly. It was just off open shots mostly and, easy ones. But yeah, a solid win for the Nets. Not terrible loss for the Hawks at all, honestly. They competed really well. 9 of 9 for them. Once again, for the Hawks, it's going to come down to beating those easy teams that they should beat. The Nets aren't one of them. The Nets are starting to find some momentum, though, guys, so let's watch out for them as they move on to their next game. I know we're seeing them soon. That's going to be it for tonight, guys. Lakers will be coming tomorrow along with the other games that are going to happen tomorrow. I don't even know what they are. I think the Clippers are playing the Magic, so that'll be covered. So I think I'm going to probably watch the Laker game likely tonight. Maybe. Something like that. But thanks for joining me, guys. Let me know what you think. Now we're going to go to the live subscribers waiting so patiently in the chat. Super chat's turned on if you want to drop a dime or dollar for your boy. Thank you. Good night. And peace. 23 minutes instead of 24. Going Jordan style tonight. Later. What's up, y'all? Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being so patient. You guys have really been spamming the comments today, huh? Hey, what's up, Danny? My Lakers have been stinking it up lately. It's okay, man. You're still right number 1, right? I think AD is a traditional power forward, but he's better at center in today's NBA because whenever there's another center that's inside the paint, he likes to stay on the perimeter. Brian Sanchez, AD is the world's smallest. Yeah, Atlanta does have a lot of depth. Yes, Simon, I agree. Trae Young is just Wesley Johnson if he didn't do that stupid-ass ref bait. Okay, let's relax now, Team Money. Seems Laker fans are MIA today for second straight. I know, right? Wait, did the Lakers lose 2 games in a row? Uh-oh, a little losing streak? Had the Clippers lost 2 games in a row this season? I don't think we have, right? No. We hype versus the Lakers lost. Yeah, AD load managing. Oh, yeah, I didn't. Oh, yeah, because we didn't talk about the Lakers. I didn't get into that. Load managing Anthony Davis. Can you believe he's making LeBron play 30? LeBron's 36 and he's playing every game, bro. That's totally not fair. Anthony Davis needs to. Why shouldn't it should be the other way around? My thoughts on the Clips first sign Batum was indifferent. I was like, maybe he'll help, but I heard he's washed. We'll just see. If anything, if he's bad, he won't get that many minutes. We'll just put him on the bench. But I like Batum. I was a big Batum fan in Portland and Charlotte in the beginning. I was always a big fan of Batum. So seeing him play well for the Clippers is honestly awesome because I was always a fan of his in Portland. AD postgame is so soft. Yeah. Yeah, Seth. What's up, Dime? What's up, Seth? Reggie got a soft spot for me. He showed passion for Clippers, and it showed tonight. Love the chemistry. What's up, Xavier Dawson? How's the Clipper group chat going, buddy? Yeah, Reggie was great tonight. I don't think I gave him enough love. I should have given him more love. As a Lakers fan, we are not the best in the West right now. Clippers would beat us as of right now. We'll find our momentum later. Yeah. Once again, though, I wouldn't be too concerned if you're a Laker fan. Yeah, I know. I heard LeBron stunk it up in the second half. That makes me so happy. Hey, Lakers, what happened tonight? Uh-oh. I don't know about Braun going to get tired, man. That dude doesn't get tired. AD's changed to win the championship. Less hungry to win. I know, Studio of Shred, dude. I thought that AD was going to be more hungry. I thought he wanted to be like one of the – I thought this was going to fuel him. I thought he was going to come back like LeBron in 2013. Like, I just won a championship. I'm about to go crazy. Yeah, AD's free throws, too. I was done watching the Lakers game today. Oh, bro, I haven't Gab Story. I haven't watched that game before. How old are you, Gab Story? He turned into Clipper Blake? As of right now, we don't have PG or Kawhi. Dime, what your top 5 in NBA? What do you mean? Top 5 what? Players? If you're asking me players, it's very obvious. LeBron, Durant, Kawhi, Anthony Davis, and Curry. Here's the thing. AD may not be that hungry, but I'm still taking AD sometimes hungry over no skill Giannis. I'm still taking AD over Giannis because he's not. Here's the thing. Giannis may make a shitty team better, but Anthony Davis in a championship, like Anthony Davis is skilled. Like he's unguardable. 42. As a Lakers fan, it seems like we're treating this season like a bubble. I just watched game 4. Lakers are so overrated. Montrader is horrible, and Marcus Gasol is a terrible center. I think that's a stretch to call them terrible. Dude, Rick Barry is a beast. KCP's been missing layups all season. He got a poor layup package. Hey, Dime. Hoping Thunder gonna fuck around and get an 8 seed. Doubt it, bro. Hey, I'm 42, Dime. What'd you say about Embiid, Brian? Brian, I need to see Embiid. I think Harden is 6th, Simon. I want to see Embiid do it in the playoffs. I need to see it in the playoffs before I can make a determination of him in the top 5 because right now he's playing, of course, like top 5, but still I need to see it for the whole season. Hopefully he stays healthy. I love the way he's playing right now. 0-3-0-4 Lakers. I don't know about all that. I feel you, Seth, but what's he going to do there besides numbers? I agree, John Lentz. Skip Bayless actually knows the history about basketball. I just think that he's so Jordan obsessed that if somebody doesn't do the stuff that Jordan did, they're always, yeah. PCP? Pledge class president? Oh, Davis Caldwell Pope. Hey, Stu Lantz isn't biased, though. Billy Mack is biased. Stu Lantz is one of the most unbiased color commentators in the league. Embiid, you think Embiid is soft like Sharman? I don't think he's that soft, bro. AD is softer than Embiid to me. Embiid is just fragile and lazy. Yes, the Heat are going to make the playoffs. What? How many more rings until LeBron definitely the GOAT? There's no such thing as definitely the GOAT because Bill Russell has 11 rings. I don't want to hear that definitely stuff. Bill Russell has 11 rings. There is no definitely. You're never gonna make everybody think or agree that LeBron or Jordan particularly is better than everyone to play basketball because it's not. There's no facts. There's no facts. All right, y'all, I'm gonna go. Make sure to end the stream with laughing at the Lakers. Okay, there was so much more inbound to stealing too back then. Inbound stealing. What's your top 10? I got what's my top 10? Jimmy Butler, Harden, Jokic. By the way, I'm not going to totally write off Jimmy Butler because of the start of the season. We're going to see in the playoffs what happens. And Giannis and Luka. Embiid is on the outside looking in. Oh, Tatum and Jaylen Brown are also on that outside. The reason why I'm saying Embiid is because he needs to get it in the playoffs first. Regular season don't mean nothing to me. I need a playoffs. Oh, Paul George also, the way he's playing. You got to give him in there too. But as of I'm not going to change my views. My top 10 from last season going into the season is not going to change until the playoffs, and that is the ones I just named. I hear that, Dime. Gasol washed. Yeah, but he's still a good contributor to the Lakers. Facts. Embiid, I'm not. No, I don't hold the playoff loss of the Celtics against him. But he was lazy last season. The Clippers over the field. I know we were saying that last year, though. I feel you, though. We are better this year. I feel you, Gab Story. Kristaps is so soft. Man, Doris Burke did say year 18. Nick wrong? Yo, Pokemon. Hey, everybody, let's. Okay, I think you're doing this. Yeah, Reggie screw up will never be worse than Chris Webber's, man. I'm sorry. Jimmy Butler's a monster. Don't sleep on Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is what's it called? Jimmy Butler, of all players in the NBA today, he's one of the few that understands that stats don't mean shit. He's one of the few that understands that leadership and inspiring your teammates and letting them go off without you touching the ball all the time makes players better. Jimmy Butler he's just a consummate professional and leader. And if he wanted to do high usage and pad his stats, you know what that would look like? How he looked in the bubble in the finals against the Lakers when everybody was injured. Pick and roll every time. He could score and do – because all he needs to do – Jimmy Butler has a signature move that he can get whatever he wants. He goes right, he stops, he pivots and turns and shoots every time. Yeah, thank you, E. I didn't vote for the All-Star game yet. Yeah, Kyrie was doing better. Yeah. Nets looking better by the day, Team Money. It's just going to be the defense, man. That's the concern. I think the chemistry because of Harden's attitude is completely changed. I think that may be okay. I honestly think in the playoffs, it's going to come down to Kyrie and certain situations late in games. Like, that's going to be interesting because you can never tell. Yeah, I agree with XMM about Beal. By the way, guys, let's make fun of Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh guy right now. Everybody make fun of him because he's starting to annoy me. Ooh, Boston next. Go Celtics. Doge to the moon. Doge or Doge? I agree, Thomas Paletti. Butler, great and all, but Bubba helped him tremendously because what did he do before Miami? Yo, what did he do before Miami? I mean, guys, he took the Timberwolves to the playoffs. The Timberwolves. Look at them right now, ever since he left. Terrible. Look at the Sixers. They were one bounce away from going to overtime against the champs with Jimmy Butler. And Jimmy Butler was not even fully incorporated into that team. And then in 2017, Rondo got hurt and the Bulls were winning 2-0 against Boston. So if you really look at Jimmy Butler the last 4 years, he's been an insanely good player. People just slept on him because the media wanted to make him seem like a bad teammate, which is bullshit. Fuck the media. Yeah, Jimmy Butler is Michael Jordan's son. Stop it. Caruso. Well, I don't know. Gabe, JaVale McGee, man. I don't know if Drummond's the right guy. Yes, JaVale McGee. There you go. T Money said it. You think? Oh, Johnny. He doesn't have to have those historic performances. That's the whole point. They would have won. They would have won games. No question. They just would have won in a different way. That's what the great players do. That's what Bill Russell did. You adjust to the game. You don't need to do that because you know why? Because Jimmy Butler doesn't give a fuck what we have to say about him. He doesn't give a fuck about what we have to say about, he doesn't average this. He doesn't care. His team got to the finals and no one else's team besides the Lakers did. There's a reason for that. He sacrifices his stats. He lets Goran do and stars that are okay with only taking over the game at the end, if their team has the capabilities to carry itself into that point, that's huge. To be able to make shots late in game when you're not shooting, it's hard to do. A lot of people can't do that. So yeah, Jimmy Butler will score 40 when he needs to, and when he doesn't need to, he just plays his game, which is pick your spots, adjust to the game. And that, to me, adaptability is the strongest aspect of a game, of a player. That's why Jimmy Butler, to me, is one of the best, even though he's not the most skilled in the world. And, Amir Coffey was great tonight. I'm a little worried about the Celtics because the last time we played this. Yeah, I remember that. I was in Massachusetts for that. They were talking hella shit. Yeah, it won't be the 2014 Nets. Yeah, wait. Kobe. Who said Kobe's right, Chris T? I agree with the confidence thing about Lonzo. Butler. Wait, which game 7 are you talking about, Simon? Rondo and Dwight, huh? Lakers got worse? What about the Lakers got better? Everybody was saying Lakers got so much better. Everybody in my comments, I'm going to go to every single one of those fools and troll them if you guys don't win the championship. Like, I'm going to be such an asshole. It's not going to be funny how much of an asshole I'm going to be. You guys may want to just unsubscribe if you're not a Laker fan. Because I deserve that after you guys made fun of me so much, incessantly last year. I deserve it. Put up with you Laker fans. I'm just being nice right now. You don't understand how mean I'm going to be. But once again, it's all in the spirit of you guys did that to me. So Laker fans have no remorse. Like, they will make fun of us till the death. So if we ever win, they have set themselves up decades worth. The good Laker fans, the smart ones, the knowledgeable ones that don't want to talk trash, they won't get made fun of incessantly. But my channel will be a war zone. So Lakers better win the championship. 86% favorites by ESPN. 2-6 man of the year after you win the championship. You got better, right? How does Lonzo work with Draymond? I don't know. Randomly. I don't know. I don't think another non-shooter is going to be great for them. Pat Bev should stay with the Clips. You can't leave Jaylen Brown out of the East. If you don't have Jaylen Brown on your list, he should be the first guard on the list before Kyrie, before Harden, and before Beal. Jaylen Brown needs to be the first one. The first one. Yeah, I did hear about Butler losing pounds. All-star voting for me, I'd say, oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'll go with Beal, Jaylen, Giannis, but I wouldn't mind if you put Tatum in over Giannis, but let's just do Giannis. He's going to get the votes anyway. Durant and Embiid. And then for the West, LeBron, Jokic, Kawhi. Paul George should be moved to the backcourt. What's good with that? Curry or Dame, neither of them have had a better season than Paul. Paul should be there with Curry. Don't ask about that guy in Dallas. I don't want to hear about it. No, we don't need McGee, Brian. I was talking about the Nets needing JaVale. I feel you, Gab, but LeBron is equally, if not worse, more dick rided in today's NBA by the media because he's playing right now. I don't think the Jazz are still bigger than the Lakers. When did Harden say Kobe was right? I need you to tell me. I need you to tell me where that is. The Clips will keep getting better. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Zeke, I watched that podcast today too with JJ, Dr. J. That's my man. UMass legend, Dr. J. Lakers' best win was at Milwaukee. Yeah, because Laker fans are naive. They were coming to my comments saying how you guys are mad you lost Trez. We're going to get so much better. AD will mask all his deficiencies. Fucking idiots, bro. Don't argue with me about basketball when it's Montrezl Harrell, who I've watched his entire time with the Clippers. Like, do not insult me. So I watch every game. Y'all see it. Now I have a platform, though. So, like, you guys know every single game I'm here. We talk about what's happening, so. Yeah, I agree with the Laker fan bullies thing, E. Ooh, Gab's story. We'll just wait. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the Clippers. If the Clippers, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge if we ever get there. I'm with you, Dime. I'm gonna talk so much shit. Bro, Clipper fans, every single Clipper fan deserves to talk so much because how many times, if you're a Clipper fan in here, tell me, how many times have your friends told you you're never gonna win the championship or we're never gonna get out of the second round? They say the words never to you. How many times? Jalen is so fun. No, Jalen is so good. The Celtics are missing a great rim protector and maybe a bucket getter off the bench, like a shooter off the bench. They have too many guys that can't. The young guys, none of them can really shoot off the bench. Like Ojale, Javante, they can't hit. I have a question. What is it? I don't like this Karen, man. I don't like this Jordan is indisputably the GOAT stuff. I disagree with that, man. I think he may be the most popular answer and the best answer, but I don't think indisputably. Bro, Bill Russell won 11 rings. Besides saying the era, let's talk about it a little bit. Like, why don't you give me another argument besides the era? Because that's a cop-out, bro. That shit, everybody uses that. Like, that's the garbage. No, well, get out of here. He never cakewalk to the ring like you think. Like, here's my thing. Jordan can be the GOAT, but to say indisputably, and you want to talk about winning when a guy has won twice as many rings almost as him, and it's not just because of the era. That's BS. He came in and he knew how to lead. He knew how to lead from the beginning. He just didn't lose. Not a sabotage conglomerate. Thanks, Studio Shred. I appreciate you, man. Have a good night. Yeah, I feel you about the Kobe stuff. American dude who watches AFL. Yep, Seth, I agree. I used to room with 2 Laker fans in college. When did you go to college and where, Karen? I guess so, Supporte, but I'm happy with our team. It doesn't matter what you view, Johnny. And first of all, I don't even know if I'm going to talk shit to you. I don't think you talk shit to me. But I will talk shit if LeBron loses just to mess with you because you're a Bron fan. So you better hope he wins because he's got all the tools to win this year. Oh, I don't want to hear this. This is the most stacked team he's been on paper. On paper. Let's not change the narrative. I feel you, Brian. Expansion teams? Do I think present Harden would make the Clippers better instead of Paul George? You know what? I'm going to be a little bit of a homer here. Paul George has played great this season, and I'm going to stick with him until he chokes again. Okay, until they got rid of Donald Sterling, that's big time. That's fair. I was the same. I feel you on that, E. How am I still streaming? Oh, because these guys are sending me questions. LeBron beats Jordan in the stats, though. LeBron beats Jordan. Why did Jordan change the paradigm of winning? Bill Russell has 11 rings. 11. LeBron has better stats than Jordan, and so does Wilt. And Loki Kareem, too. Huh? His trash should be traded. I love it. Thank you, Supporte. Facts, Johnny. I feel you about the big stuff, but the Bad Boys were really the first team that really won a championship without a really great big man. You know what I mean? It was before Jordan slightly. As like Mahorn and Lambeer, they're solid, but they weren't like go-to bigs. They're not Willis Reed. They're not Nate Thurmond. They're not Bill Walton. Like the Bad Boys are the first team to me like really did it. And then Jordan. Tyler Hero's in the chat. Heat is greater than Clippers. San Jose State. I feel you. Like complainer. Of course, I think the Clippers can beat the Lakers, but we need to get there. We need to get there, guys. Tyler Hero, bro. I know you lost tonight, but why are you why are you on that? Every championship team has that one weakness they have to deal with. Lakers not having a big man is not an excuse. Okay, I love it. Yo, bro, if you're a Laker fan and you cussed out Jerry West, oh my goodness, you deserve to not be a Laker fan anymore. That's it. Stream's over. You can thank Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh guy. No logo slander. That motherfucker is still haunted by the fact that he didn't win more championships for the Lakers, bro. Haunted. He's going to die a sad man because of that. That's how much he cares about the Lakers. Nope. That Laker fans, you can thank this idiot Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh guy. Nobody insults the logo on my watch and expects the stream to continue. Finished. 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 Jazz, I'm most worried about. Nope, you're done. You're done. I'm not going to take. Nope, no logo slander. No logo slander. All right, that's it. 45 minutes is enough, guys. Come on. We want people to watch this video. But, yeah, Donovan. Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh guy. Are you guys not seeing his comments? Pokemon Yu-Gi guy, he messed it up. Wow, how is he hiding undetected from you guys? You don't disrespect Mr. West in front of me because he cares as much as any player like ever. Wow, you don't see his comment? Yo, come on, Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh guy. You mean when the Jazz are down 3-1? No, come on, where's he at? He doesn't want to talk anymore. You don't insult you do not insult. Dude, what's his name? Guys, Jerry West went through great lengths as a GM too. The GOAT. Oh, there he is. There he is, guys. You see him? He's hiding now. Come on. You can't not see him. Yep, if no West, there's no Kobe. If there's no West, there's no Shaq either. If there's no West, there's no 1972 championship. The first one in LA, in which he literally was almost suicidal because of it. Yo, facts. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you so much, Kyoy. I really appreciate you, man. Guys, you guys aren't seeing this guy's comments? Bro, this guy's a genius. He literally just typed, he's hiding now. Bro, I haven't been hacked. Bolo conglomerate. Don't scare me now. Guys, there is a guy. Wow. Incredible. Yo, watch the stream when I end and see if you can find his comments, bro. This guy is a sneaky bastard. Yeah, bro. Jerry West is so goated. Thank you so much. They weren't marginally better than everyone else. No, they weren't actually. That's a narrative that I believed for a long time until I studied, bro. Every single team that he beat Wilt, they had the same amount of All-Stars as him every time, basically. Yeah, basically every time. If not, Russell may have had one more All-Star, but it was never unfair. Dude, Yu-Gi-Oh's goatee. Stop. I don't have a Karen. Yo, what do my subscribers. What's my answer to who's my GOAT then? What's my answer? Let's see how good my subscribers are at this. What do I say when anybody asks me who my GOAT is? J.R. Smith. All right, I'm ending at 50 though, guys. We can't go over 50 minutes. Like, we want people to watch this video. I got the timestamps though. Magic? No, I mean kind of, but like not really. West is working for the... Bro, look, guys, he's there. Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh guy. West shouldn't have talked shit like that. Put a Kobe logo. He's talking. You guys don't see it? No, it's not Magic. Thank you, Chris T. My guy. Chris T. Have to watch more before you call it. Thank you. No, it's not Jordan. Larry Legend. Sam Cassell. Thanks so much, I Am Batman. I mean, I think there is a thing as GOAT. I just think it's subjective. Guys, you guys are crazy. This guy literally typed in all caps just now, West shouldn't have talked shit like that. Put a Kobe logo. First of all, if it wasn't for Jerry West, you wouldn't get Kobe. Period. Kobe will tell you that. Hey, Will. Hey, Bonson. Shout out to my... Hey, everybody in the chat. Drop a, hey, Bonson. We need you on Dime Dropper. Tell Will Johnson he needs to get on the show ASAP. Yo, I just remembered tonight, fucking Woj follows my boy Bonson. That shit's hilarious. The Woj bomb. Will Johnson is signed with Santa Cruz Warriors. No, I'm just kidding. LeBron, he's complained like that his whole career. Bro. Oh, yeah, he did get KD to the Warriors. Need to. Guys, I don't have a GOAT. I haven't answered it. I haven't watched enough footage to make an accurate assessment. But I will say this. On my... Hey, man. Yeah, you're right, Johnny. All right. Thanks, guys. Peace. Wilt is the GOAT? Yo, as of the era that I'm on in the timeline, Bill Russell is 100% number one. But we haven't seen Kareem. I haven't seen Kareem's whole career. Magic hasn't even come in. Larry, so all that. But peace, guys. Great one for the clips. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll watch the Laker game for you guys so we can talk about how shitty LeBron did. All right. Peace, guys. Yo, Karen, I'm going to watch that footage. It just may take a couple months. Blake Griffin used to get intentionally injured by players. I hated that. All right. Peace. Yo, guys, there he is again. Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh guy. Good night, Jerry. Are you guys not seeing this? Dude, how are you doing this? How are you doing? You got to reveal what you're doing. Guys, how do you not see his comment? It's right there. Bro, he's got a Pikachu avatar. Bro, who is this guy? How is he doing this? That's not normal. And he's talking shit. I was about to say, no wonder you guys didn't defend me all video. This guy was talking shit to me the whole video. And I was like, my subscribers aren't coming to my defense. Man. Wait, I can check all you guys. I have a participant list. Guys, Pokemon Yugi guy. He's right there. You know what? I don't have my phone. Okay, that's it for the night, guys. We've had too much fun. It's Blazer Boy Incognito. Dime. Did somebody ask what my name is earlier? That was pretty funny. All right, guys. Peace out.